Layne at Nashville Superspeedway. My name's Danny Peters, and I'm here with Captain Dalton Hopkins over here. Am I allowed to call you that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. We are at the start of a triple header. We had the Truck Series race today. We actually had some crazy weather today. It was bright sunshine, and then a second later it was pouring down with rain, and then 2 minutes after that it was bright sunshine again. All of which led to a rain out in the qualifying. But we did get some practice time, and we did get the race in. It went off on time, and in the race it was a big win for Rajah Caruth, who won his second Truck Series race in his 62nd attempt. Talk to me a little bit about the big win for Rajah today.
Yeah, of course. I mean, anytime you can win more than one race in a career, that's a big deal for a driver. I mean, Rajah Caruth even said it himself. It's a big deal. It's what sets him apart from a fluke win. And he's been talking about the pressure. There's been a lot of pressure that's been building over the last 62 events, 62 races, 62 starts. And it's been a while since he's won. I mean, he won at the very beginning of last year, and ever since then, we haven't seen him in victory lane. But this win puts him back in that conversation, puts him back into the playoffs. It's a big deal for him. It's a big deal for that team. And not to mention, psychologically, it's going to have a really huge effect on him as well. So Rajah has said that the pressure hasn't gotten to him. But I got to imagine it kind of has to, right? I mean, you have to feel a little bit of it, especially when you're somebody who, he said himself, feels like he's going to be a Sunday driver in the future. So, and by holding off who is already a Sunday driver in Corey Heim, and also Layne Riggs behind him by holding him off in the last few laps there and still getting the win today, I got to imagine this is a huge confidence boost for that driver of the 71 truck.
Yeah, and you mentioned there Layne Riggs, another driver who had a great day today. He finished third. He talked afterwards to Frontstretch, and he talked about how much of a dominant truck he had on the day, and referred to the result as being a little bit of a stinger. And certainly in those closing laps, it was really exciting with the three of them, Caruth and Riggs and Corey Heim, and it looked as if Heim was going to win. It looked as if Riggs could come through and win, but in the end it was Rajah who held off and got his second win. But another driver who had a good day today, actually a very, very good day, was Corey Day. And as a dad, I'm allowed one dad joke on every PRC, but you got a chance to catch up with him and speak to him at some length, and you can find that interview on Frontstretch in all the usual places. But talk to me a little bit about what Corey said about his day.
Yeah, I won't spoil too much of it because you can check out a lot more in-depth detail. You can check out the interview, like you already said, but you can also check out a little bit more in-depth analysis on Frontstretch.com. Just did a story on that, wrote an article about that. That's posted. But yeah, the quote that stuck out to me the most was, "I've never been this happy to finish fifth before." And I find that so fascinating to me. That's also really funny because he is so used to winning. He's so used to tearing it up on the high-limit dirt races, and we haven't really seen the success out of him that a lot of people were expecting. I mean, he was handpicked by Kyle Larson to drive in the Truck Series, to move up through the ranks in NASCAR, and we haven't seen the results. It just hasn't been coming. But today, with the rainout, he said himself, the rainout really helped in qualifying, that is, because that put him, since the number 7 truck has been winning races this year, they're 5th in the owner's points. He got a 5th place starting spot, and there he was at the very front for pretty much the entire race. It was a bit of a track position race, so that's really helped. I saw him as high as 3rd at one point in the final stage, saw him as far back as about 7th, but in the end gets a 5th place finish, first top 5, and a first top 10 in any NASCAR start for Corey Day. This was a huge highlight night for him.
So a good day for a lot of people here, but particularly Corey Day, as you say. But before I make any more day jokes, we're going to call that quits for this edition of PRC. We will be back tomorrow and also Sunday for more, and check out all the content on frontstretch.com and on our social channels as well. So good night from me, and good night
from me, Dalton Hopkins.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code FRONTSTRETCH to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay rewarded.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos. And if you like us, make sure to hit that subscribe button.